live, man.
What's happening?
Live to zero.
Live to zero. So we're talking just you and me just having a yarn.
Just having a yarn. I guess that's what happens when we do an impromptu live stream, right?
But today hasn't really gone to plan, has it? To be honest with you, we tried to install a CarPlay head unit on the Subaru here. Took it all out. The only problem is that
we haven't got CarPlay here, do we?
We've got old school in here.
So the reason behind that was it just didn't fit. So the CarPlay head unit we had would sit. I mean, this is not flush mounted, but it comes out a little bit. But it was way inset in there, right? There was no way that we could get away with having it look clean in your dashboard.
And then also the brackets that we needed to basically attach to the inside of the dash just didn't fit. We tried to use the brackets that the unit came with. We also tried to use brackets that were already in here. And for something that wasn't going to quite fit flush, to then go and destroy brackets and cut bits of plastic out and remodel that to try and get something to work, we're just not really happy with that. So we're on to about plan 3 or 4 to try and make a video. So
plan 2 was we'll make a video on some of the other products we had sitting in the garage, right? And we went to we spent so long mucking around with this head unit trying to film something for you guys that we blew through the batteries. So they're sitting at home now doing a recharge, aren't they?
Doing a charge, because we were going to make a Ryobi video on a couple of inflators that we've got. So we've decided to go live. We're going to take the car out for a drive. We're going to have a yarn. It's on iPhone. The audio will be junk. The footage will be junk, but
it's something, right?
That's the way it is, right?
We're at the sunshine out here in Tauranga today, which is nice. Taking the Subi for... When did you guys take this car for a drive? This is your...
I took it for a drive last week.
Yeah?
But it's very rare that this car actually comes out, and I wanted to drive it yesterday, but it was raining and the car got soaked. And actually this morning when I pulled it out to flip the car around so that we had nice light for the video, the car it was raining and I got a bit of drizzle on it, so...
You were pretty annoyed about that too, eh? And now we're bringing it out in the muck.
Well, it's just the road's a bit damp, but that's the way it is, I suppose. So this car doesn't get driven at all. I probably drive it. I need to be driving it probably every 2 weeks, and that's just to make sure that I've got fluids going around, oils going around. You know, that the brake fluid gets used, gearbox fluid gets used, and things like that. I could start it up at home, but that would only get the car up to temp and only allow oil to go through it. So I try and take it out for a drive every couple of weeks. I don't know. What do you reckon about taking a car out for a drive? What would you recommend? Would you say every 2 weeks, every week?
I don't know. I think
how long should you be going for?
I think if this was my car and it was summertime, it's not summer in New Zealand at the moment. A bit jealous of the States, but yeah, weekly probably. I'd take it out for a Saturday or a Sunday drive.
And you go for 20 minutes, half an hour?
Yeah, I'd probably do the opposite of what we used to do, right? So when this was your only car, you would wash it on Friday night, so it was clean for the weekend. I would take this out on the Saturday or the Sunday and wash before you put it away again for the rest of the week.
Gotcha.
That's kind of what I'd be doing. I don't know, how many Ks have you put on this since you bought the SQ5?
Probably 100.
Yeah, I mean, I think you want to keep fluids moving through it. You also want to burn through your gas as well, don't you?
Yeah, so I didn't have this car attached to a battery charger and the battery went flat, so I've gone out and bought a C-Tech charger. And that just keeps the battery topped up, so I'm happy with that. It is a bit fiddly to pop the bonnet, take it off and put it back on, but I mean, when I'm not using the car very often, it's fine. So yeah, I think I want to try and keep the Ks down with trying to maintain fluids and stuff like that. So I think every 2 weeks. I'm running the tank on empty, and actually the engine light's going to come up, so we're going to have to stop and get gas.
How much gas are you going to put in?
I don't know. I think under a quarter of a tank, because I don't think I'll blow through enough fuel. It will just end up going off. So yeah, I think I'll put in maybe $50.
50 bucks, which will get you what, like a third maybe? What's the full tank running now?
The full tank is about 100-ish.
Yeah.
So if I put, give or take, so if I put $50 in, we'll see. I need to see where that takes me to my line, so I have to try it, right? But having it parked at home, driving it every now and again seems to start up fine. I have no issues with that. What does happen is the brake rotors. I've got real budget brake rotors in here because I have got Brembos which are sitting in the garage, which do need to go on.
Yep.
They tend to get like that rust coating over the top of them. So when I drive down the road for the first like 5 minutes,
we got that before we started the film.
It's like, oh, here's this young buck with this crappy old car and his junky old brake.
You wait till you get the Brembos on here. I can't wait for those to go on, especially since we know we're doing it. Oh, we've probably forgotten it's that long in between, right?
So yeah.
So we're off for...
what do you want to try and do? Like, where are we driving to?
I don't know. Well, the mount's over there, so I reckon we head toward the mount and go get ourselves a little bite to eat.
Just do a lapper.
A little bit of a lap, yeah. Cruise around the mount.
I reckon, should we stop and get gas first?
Oh, we don't want to... How much have we got? Yeah, we definitely want to stop and get gas.
And I do have a light warning on here, and that's because this car has got it's got a little module. Oh, the engine, the fuel lights just come on. So
oh yeah.
Gas. There's a little module that sits on one of the arms of the suspension, and that's for auto light. It's an auto sensor for light leveling.
Okay.
So when you turn the car on and things like that, you see the lights go up and down and they adjust. And then also, I guess when you're cornering and things like that, then they auto adjust so that you've got nice natural flat light when you're driving at the night time. So that little module has obviously got water in it or whatever.
Gotcha, and that's that light that we've got at the top there.
And so I just need to buy the new sensor, put it in, and it should auto stabilise itself again. So that's the only issue with that. And we've got those Brembo, custom-made Brembo rotors that I got made. They have arrived, so they're sitting on the garage floor, so they need to be installed at some stage. I am going to put some stainless steel brake lines in there, probably Goodrich stainless steel brake lines. And I need to get some Brembo brake fluid because I want to try that out. And I'm going to get some Be Quiet to go on the back of the shims of the brake pads.
What do you reckon? A couple of months away from doing the brake install, maybe?
Yeah, I don't want to put a time on it.
Yeah, a little while.
See when it fits into our schedule. I've got to buy those things, and I've got to order brake fluid and things like that from B&T because they don't just have it on stock. So we could be waiting for a while for that.
Yeah,
but that video is definitely to come.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that because they have got a decent coating on them, that it might stop them from rusting every couple of weeks over.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think what other content we've got up and coming. We've got a few more Roby tools that we want to share with you guys. New digital air inflator. Might do that this afternoon if that battery gets charged up. A couple of impact drills, drivers we can have a play with.
And pretty much we've gone through our whole Roby catalogue.
We've pretty much gone through it all now. We're about to move to some of the Ego tools we've got, right? Have a look at the garden stuff.
We've got everything that we need, and so the only other tools that we would get, we'd have to go out and buy to make a video on it, right?
Yep.
We've run out of our own stock of tools. So that's pretty cool to round out that project, and we've basically made a video on every single one of them, and so it's a nice little, what would you call it, back catalogue, little directory of all the Roby tools that we've had, our pros and cons on them. So that's cool to have that, and they all look nice and on the channel.
Yeah, all the same thumbnails too, which is nice. And then we want to make some content up and coming as well. We get a lot of questions from people around, especially in person, right? Anyone who asks what we do for the channel and detailing, they always want to ask, well, how should I go and wash this? Or how do I deal with my wheels? Or how do I get this tar off? So we want to make some really short, concise videos on some of those processes where someone doesn't have to sit through a 40-minute video, because we do like making the long format stuff, but we want to be able to make something where someone can watch for 5 minutes and get a really good grasp on what they need to be doing to fix a certain something in their car.
And I would like that to be on a business card, so that we could give people a business card and they could scan a little QR code, and that would give them the link directly to that video, a little 5-10 minute video on how they can do that. So I think that's something that I haven't really seen before. You do get companies, when they ship you a product, they give you, you buy a bowl of soap or something, but they don't actually tell you how to use the soap. They just read the label. That would be really cool to put in there with QR code. This is how we do it.
Yeah.
So people who don't know can actually use that.
Have a catalogue of...
Nice
there we
one.
go. Have a catalogue of maybe, I don't know, 15, 20 videos on really specific things. Here's how you get rid of tar, here's how you clean your wheels, here's how you use your foam cannon, here's how you should set up your buckets, dilutions, all that type of stuff, and do it really clear and concise. So we'll try and figure out a way that we can put that content together. I'd like to do a few more wash and talks as well. There'll be few and far between on the channel. I think we've only done about 5
wash and talks?
Yeah, and it's winter time now, so the cars are always dirty, so
we usually hold those wash and talks when we've got a decent amount of content that we can sort of tell you about within an hour. We can leave that until there's a gull there, but I'll flip around and use that gull back there.
Oh, on the other side of the road. Yeah, okay. We might leave you guys at gull, unless anyone on the live stream has got any questions that they want to ask, or if you're watching this on replay, drop us a comment below, and let us know what kind of content you want to see from us, whether it's something related to those how do I X, or just something in general on the SQ5, the Tesla, the WRX, whatever it may be. What else is going on? Got some merch hopefully soon.
Yeah, so at the end of the month we've got some time off. We're going to go and get some... Oh no.
You're finding it pretty tough with the reverse of the wipers and the...
So what happens, right, is that when you drive a car with everything on the wrong side, most of the time you forget which is which. And so I've just done exactly that. I put the windscreen wipers on when I tried to change lanes. Super frustrating, eh? The other day you were looking at me going, oh, this guy never drives this car. You can tell because I didn't know what
Because I was following you in your beautiful sunshine and your window wipers going nuts, and I could tell that you'd be so frustrated in your car too, because you had just cleaned it and your window wipers are going. Yeah, it's nothing more frustrating.
So yes, we're going to go and have a chat to the people who can hopefully get some t-shirts printed for us, and they deal specifically with the AS Colour brand of clothing that we've got on now. And so we're going to go for sort of the same design, but we need to get some hoodies made because it's getting cold, and maybe a couple more t-shirts and things like that. So we'll just blow our YouTube money again on getting that.
It'll just be so much nicer to film in a hoodie at the moment than our long sleeve tees that we've got, I think.
I suppose profit we want to get out of that, and so what do you reckon, at the end of the month or maybe the beginning of next month, that project should be rounded out?
Yeah, end of the month I reckon. And then the next thing for us will be holding tight. We're waiting for the new Rupes. What is it? The LHR. Look at the camera there.
It's their battery powered.
It's their new battery powered 3-inch tool. As soon as that drops here, we'll be picking up 1, maybe 2 of those. Really keen to play with that and get some experience under our belt. And the other thing I really want to pick up is some of the new Rupes microfiber pads. I want to compare those against the Maguire's ones we've been using, because...
Have they brought out a microfiber pad?
Yeah, they've got 3 different microfiber pads now.
Really?
A white, a yellow, and a blue.
It's not the wool ones that they originally...
No, it's not wool. They've got their own specific new line of microfiber, which I'll be really keen to try, because the Maguire's ones just fall apart. We get like 3 details out of them and they disintegrate. They're good pads. They're great when they're clean and new, but...
What happens is they start to delaminate, so the microfiber comes off the foam part. And as soon as that happens, they're no good. And I actually found that also happened with the Robies, with the Rupes wool pads. That also happened. They started to delaminate.
Yeah, the quality of them, I mean, I think it's after you wash them. If we were only blowing the pads out and not washing them, I think you'd be fine. You go for ages, but we don't have a decent air compressor either. Maybe an air compressor is something we have to have a look at.
With a Tornado tool on there where you can actually get random airflow and help to try and clean those pads up. We'll probably get a little bit more longevity out of them.
I think we would.
I would like to try a pad washer as well. I think that's probably something that could be quite helpful. And you put a bit of O&R in there, plunge it up and down, and I think that could help us.
So there we go.
I'm also on the hunt for some heavier duty polish. So we do pretty well with our Sonex Perfect Finish, and we do kind of well with a Jessica and maybe a Cut Max. But I think when you're starting to get other people's cars in who have been really neglected, I think you need something a little bit heavier duty. So I'm really interested to see what people think on using the Mizuno polishers.
Yeah, I think we've got to get that line in and give it a go. Pulling into the gas station now. What are we? We're $3.29 a litre of 98. So to put that in perspective for those in the States, what would that be? We're pushing, what, 14, 15 New Zealand dollars a gallon?
Oh, really?
Yeah. So this will be the equivalent of someone in...
because I'm going to put E85 in, which is 324.
Yeah, 324 a litre. A gallon is what, 3.78 litres. So let's call it 4. 3 times 4 is 12. 13. We're probably looking at like 14 New Zealand dollars a gallon.
And they're on like $6, aren't they?
They're on like 6. So it'd be like adding another 20 to 30% of the cost when you add in the conversion. So for those who are complaining in the States at the moment on the petrol prices, we've had to put up with it for a long time here. And we've actually got a discount on that at the moment, don't we? That 324, the government had put like a margin on that as well, reduction. Should be like 350 a litre. That's bad. It's pricey.
Yeah, so what do you reckon, $50? Well, we'll see what $50 gives me. It might give me a little bit more than quarter of a tank.
Yeah.
but I just want to keep those levels just so the fuel doesn't go off.
Yeah.
I probably am getting to the point where I need to do spark plugs, and I probably need to put a new sock on the air thing, on the fuel thing back there. And so I mean, we'll get to that eventually. So yep, I'm going to put fuel in. We're going to wrap it up here. Hopefully you enjoyed the ad hoc video
just
from
something
us
a
live
bit different.
here. No editing, just straight chat.
We'll see how it turns out. I mean, it's good to get live, do a little bit of an update, get some things off our mind, right? Talk through what we've been trying to do, but hopefully we'll get this gas, get some food,
and
then get home and the battery will be charged,
and we can make a rover video.
Make a proper video. So yeah, for those of you tuning into the live stream, I know that there were a few of you on here at Peaks, but for those of you watching this later, appreciate you tuning in. And
so yeah, thanks for watching.
Yeah, see you on the next one.
Subscribe to the channel, give us a like, drop a comment.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you on the next one.
Catch you later.